Okay, so let's get right into it. If you're out there running a small business, a church, or really any kind of community group, you know the feeling. Marketing feels like a full-time job that you just don't have time for. Today, we're taking a look at a brand new experimental tool from Google called Pomelli, and it's designed to change all of that.
Does this sound familiar? I mean, really. You are so passionate about what you do, but when you look at your social media, it just doesn't quite have that spark. This quote from Church Tech Today really hits the nail on the head for a problem that so many small organizations are wrestling with.
And that really is the core of the issue, isn't it? For so many of us, marketing becomes this side project. Suddenly, one person is supposed to be the master strategist, a brilliant copywriter, and a pro graphic designer all on top of, their actual job.
Exactly. You're the one with the vision. You're the one who poured your heart and soul into making this thing real. But when it comes to consistently creating professional-looking content, it just keeps getting pushed to the bottom of the to-do list because you're already stretched so incredibly thin.
This creates a much bigger problem than just having posts that look just okay. It leads to what we could call a brand consistency crisis. And this isn't just about pretty pictures. We're talking about credibility.
And this is the heart of it. It's making sure that every single thing you put out there, every post, every graphic, every little announcement, feels like it's coming from the same authentic personality. When things are all over the place, it can make you look disorganized even if you're running on pure passion and a shoestring budget. And this chart just lays out that gap perfectly. Over on the left, you've got the old way, the frustrating reality, generic templates, colors that don't quite match, a voice that just feels a little off. But on the right, that's the promise of Pomelli, an AI that actually learns your organization's unique DNA to create content that feels authentically, completely you.
So how do we bridge that gap? How do we get from that just okay column to the feels like you column? Well, this is where Pomelli comes into the picture. It's an experimental AI co-pilot from Google designed to be the answer to this exact problem.
So what is it exactly? Well, it's a free-to-use AI tool from some of the smartest folks at Google Labs and DeepMind. And the best part? It's built for people who don't have a background in marketing or design. The whole goal is to make professional, on-brand content accessible to absolutely everyone. Now, this is maybe the most important thing to understand, and I love this phrase. It's a co-pilot, not an autopilot. Pomelli isn't here to take over your marketing. It's designed to assist you, to be your creative partner. You're still in the driver's seat, which makes the whole idea of using AI feel way less intimidating.
Okay, so a co-pilot sounds great, but how does it actually work? How does it get to know your unique style and voice? It's actually surprisingly simple.
It all starts with this idea that Google calls your business DNA. Basically, Pomelli scans your website and builds this complete brand profile. And we're not just talking about colors and fonts. It analyzes your tone of voice, your visual style, even the core values you talk about, to really get a deep understanding of who you are.
The whole process really boils down to 3 super simple steps. First, you teach it by just giving it your website's address. Second, you tell it what you want to promote, like a new event or a call for volunteers. And third, you just download a bunch of ready-to-post options. That's it.
Okay, so that's the how, but what's the real payoff here? Well, according to the people who've been trying it out, the biggest impact is just a dramatic, almost unbelievable saving in time.
This visual just says it all. One user reported that creating an entire marketing campaign, a job that would normally take them 3 to 4 hours of hard work, they got it done in just 30 minutes with Pomelli. Just think about that for a second. That's a potential 8x increase in efficiency. That is a massive difference.
And the speed of generating ideas is just as wild. In about 60 seconds, Pomelli can spin up 10 completely different post variations, each with its own unique copy and graphics, but all of them are perfectly on brand.
Even when you compare it to other popular design tools like Canva, users are consistently saying their workflow is 30 to 40% faster with Pomelli. It just streamlines that whole creative process from the first idea to the final post. But at the end of the day, all this speed and efficiency, it's all in service of something bigger. As this says, consistency creates credibility. When your online presence is sharp and consistent, it builds trust. It tells the world that your organization is organized, reliable, and professional. Now, as exciting as all this sounds, we have to remember Pomelli is still an experimental tool. So, let's do a quick reality check and talk about the current limitations, what you need to know before you jump in.
First things first, the AI's output is only as good as what it learns from, so it really needs a solid website with good content. It also works best when you give it specific prompts. And remember, it's a co-pilot. The drafts it gives you are usually about 80–90% of the way there, but you'll probably want to make a few minor edits to get them just right.
And for right now, access is a bit limited. Pomelli is in a public beta, and you can get to it if you're in the US, Canada, Australia, or New Zealand. And for the time being, it only works in English.
So this all leads to a really fascinating final thought. Tools like Pomelli are doing so much more than just saving us time. They're democratizing professional-level branding. So what happens when every local business, every nonprofit, every single community group has a creative AI co-pilot in their corner? It means they can finally compete on the quality of their ideas, not the size of their marketing budget. And that could level the playing field in a really powerful way.